G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. While I've got Gavin, we've done one video on the kitchens, you may have seen it. I thought I'd cover the Tommy Camper's electric roof. Gavin's got one. The S6 got an electric roof, goes up and down at the flick of a switch. Mine's a manual one, and I've got to say, putting it up, it is quite heavy. So pulling it down is no trouble at all, but putting it up, it is quite heavy. So what we're going to do is have a look at the electric roof today. I've never seen it work. Let's do that. What do you reckon, Gavin?
No worries at all, Wayne. Thank you very much.
No, thanks for letting us have a look at your roof. So, firstly, how do you put it up?
Well, it's a bit of a pretty straightforward, really. You hit a switch.
Hit a switch?
That's it.
Let's hit a switch.
Okay, access to the roof's quite straightforward, really. It's a matter of just locating the switch, and off we go. The decision to get the electric lift was an interesting one. I was looking at the 4s and the 6s, and then came the question of, I decided on the 6. Next question was, what do you do about the roof? Now, I'm reasonably young, reasonably fit, but I expect in a couple of years' time from now, I won't be the same. If you carry a medical injury, I have a slight back problem, and I thought, well, let's be smart about this and use electric roof option. It's an extra $2,000 for the job, so it wasn't a cheap decision to make, but since I've had it, it's been one of the best decisions I've made. It's convenient, I'd reach in, up it goes, and I've got no issue with lowering or raising it, simply flicking a switch. If the trade-off for the roof was simply that I had to consider losing some space in my cab, well, mainly the drawers. Nothing too big, it just meant that I could have one pull-out drawer instead of two, which hasn't been an issue for me because I've used the other open section drawer for storage, which is great. Yeah, but the roof lift itself, you can't fault it. It's perfectly simple to use, it's convenient. The access to the bed's not restricted at all. I thought when I first started doing it that I'd have problems with gaining access to the bed because the roof lift's in the middle of your ceiling, if you just noticed. The only drawback I find to date is the mattress, because if I want to do anything with the mattress, I want to pull the mattress out to change anything on the bedding itself, you've got to fold the mattress up in half and slide it out, do what you need to do and slide it back in again in half. It's a bit more inconvenience with the roof in compared to with the lift out, but apart from that mattress issue and a bit of storage, it's been brilliant, well worth the effort.
Does it use much power?
Not to notice. Haven't really noticed. It doesn't draw any more than you would any 12-volt system. It runs 12 volt. It runs 12 volt for less than 30 seconds. So it's bugger all.
So 30 seconds up, 30 seconds down. Same amount of time putting it down.
Pretty well. It's both up and down because it's not the weight's irrelevant to the machine itself. It's more about the mechanism itself and the time it takes the mechanism to operate up and down. I've never really timed it. It feels approximately 30 seconds, but it could be as quickly as 15. I haven't really actually gone to the effort of hitting the timer on it.
What happens if you lose the electrics? How do you get down?
It's pretty straightforward. I've tried that. I've tried the old emergency situation, in which case if the roof is up and you can't get it down, there's a bolt at the top and a bolt at the bottom. It's a matter of just undoing the bolt at the top, loosening the bolt at the bottom, just leaning it forward, and the roof, can manually lower the roof yourself then. So
it's still on scissors, I'm guessing?
Yes. So it's the roof set up exactly as it was in any Tommy. The only addition to the Tommy setup is simply the electric roof. So I thought, well, I'll take the roof option, and if I find after 6 months I don't like it, I can always remove it, and I haven't lost anything. I don't know additional expense required apart from the experience of getting the electric roof. But I've found it's been so useful that I wouldn't go back.
Now, I noticed when you put it up, you pulled it down, put it up and played around with it just to adjust it at the top. What's going on there?
Oh, that's just a personal issue I have with it. When it goes the full extension, it's got a support bracket across the roof, and when it goes to full extension, it's just a slight bow in the roof, But I just lay it back a little bit, so I just take that bow out. So I'm not stressing the roof. I don't want to stress the roof any more than you would if you were doing it manually yourself. So my theory is that because the roof option is actually lifting the roof as a central point, so there is a pressure point in the roof logically. So when it takes that pressure point up to start, it'll do that. So I'll just bring it back to its standard point. I could go to the trouble of taking it back to Tommy again to adjust it down a fraction for the sake of 2 mil. It's personal preference of mine, it's not a Tommy issue. So I've just decided to, Tommy's obviously engineered it correctly. It's just my personal preference to bring it back down again for longevity. Because on the roof I've got my solar panel. I don't want to cause any issues upstairs.
Well, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys got something out of it. Hit the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.